right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. I'm gonna just leave it like this for now because I'm getting set up still. We're about to get into some Illustrator and some After Effects. It's finna be fun slash dope. Share screen. Share the screen. You know what I mean. Screen two. And we can hide that now. Add the stream. All right. Illustrator up first. What else we got? We have After Effects lurking somewhere as well. I think it's right here, but let me get rid of this. Okay. Close out of that. Save. Get rid of that. Where's After Effects? Oh, we don't have After Effects yet. Let's go do After Effects. What's good, Black Trunks? You in the building? Where's my screens? Oh, I get so thrown off when I do the streams like this. Black Trunks, what's good? You still in here? Let me know if the audio is good. Give me a 1 in the chamber. Maybe you're not still here. I don't know. Either way, Artboards and timelines. Getting into some design for this, about to really get this whole branding up and running for this other channel, AM1 Creates channel, specifically showing you how I get down on the visual media tip, videography, motion graphics, all of that good stuff. So just building out the brand for that. I got this other logo reveal we're about to get into, but I figured I'd start rocking out of the gate with this build out that I'm doing for some of the visuals for the other channel. So yeah, for the AM1 Creates channel, and I'll drop the link in the chat box and all that. And I got some music uploading as well, so we don't have to just be in silence. Shout out to my guy Soundtrack, yeah. Let me get that playing. What up, courtesy of guy Soundtrack, SNDTRAK out of Oakland, California, super dope producer. So I'm about to let one of his whole projects rock in the background. Y'all let me know if the audio is too high. We're gonna get into it like this. So After Effects is on deck. And we're gonna flex with that in a second. Let's see. I think I might actually FFG motion. We're gonna be working on FFG motion for this because you remember we did this logo reveal. Did a couple of logo reveals on this project. Yeah, the fam sat with me for 2 hours working on this, throwing ideas around. Literally did a stream not knowing what I was going to do with this. I had some not even rough ideas, but we started playing around with ideas. Audience made some dope suggestions. Y'all let me know if y'all hear me. Audio is good. And Warrior's Dream was good. This one's definitely for you, sir. Y'all let me know. Is the audio sounding right relative to my voice? I need to check. I can do the check, but if y'all do the check for me, then we checking in good. Slap card spacecom.com. Spacecom. Y'all hit the like button as you come in. We're about to get into some motion graphics. Of course, Adobe Illustrator and After Effects. This is AM1 Creates presents Artboards and Timelines. Been looking to run up the visuals on this, so we're gonna go like this, not that, but we're gonna do some other things. Coming through line clear. I appreciate you, sir. Let me do a little reorganize here because I want this stuff over there, this stuff over there. I typically have After Effects over there because we go from Illustrator to After Effects. I just like to line it up like this. So this is what I want to get into more for this project. Remember, we did this logo reveal. If y'all didn't see that, First Floor Group, shout out to First Floor Group, one of my longtime clients. They helped me build out the career I have doing this kind of work. And he has his dope logo set up. So we did some joints with that. And we got this other thing right here. So yeah, did a couple of streams kind of showing what it is on building this whole process out. I got to actually render this out and kind of just drop this as a video by itself. But yeah, First Floor Group. We came in, logo reveal. So it literally reveals on, sits for a minute, shows what it is, and it's going to transition to some other video stuff that shows the whole get down for First Floor Group. Pretty cool explainer type interactive stuff. You're gonna get to some other looks, but I got this other look that I'm gonna build out as part of a project for first floor group. We're gonna get into that, but before we do, I'm gonna finish just kind of building out what's ultimately going to be the new thumbnail and part of the visual set for AM1 Creates Presents Artboards and Timelines. So as you see, I already was into it, so I was like, you know, let me go ahead and go live and just get the branding built out. Now, this whole theme for AM1 Creates already exists. My client proposals and whatnot all has this theme. I've actually used this theme already on some YouTube content, but I never made something specifically for Artboards and Timelines, which is just the whole thing in and of itself. Definitely about to run that up. A whole lot of offerings coming with that, like really getting people in the game, entrepreneurs in the game, on how to get their content built in-house. Just kind of demystifying the whole thing with building out this kind of content, just creating a situation towards like, look, if you can't pay for it, you got to do it, because you gotta, you know, content warfare. That's how I describe it with the fam. And it's like, look, you better be out here getting it in and staking your claim to this digital real estate, so to speak. If not, you're about to be left way high and dry. And that's just what it is. I have the advantage of doing this kind of stuff for a living already, so it's kind of like, yeah, let me show how to do it for other people. And I'm to the point now where it's like, you know, I like working with y'all folks, but at the same time, y'all people be getting on my nerves. So look, let me just show y'all how to get down and do it yourself. So that's basically the deal. So yeah, just kind of building this out right now. First off, but we're gonna get into some motion as well. I got this whole other piece I'm about to lay out and show y'all kind of some steps. If you've got any questions about this, again, this is Adobe Illustrator. I'm building out right now, working in right now. Well, let's see. Listen to the sounds of soundtrack. Again, this literally is kind of design phase for this. I might not even trip off this right now, but I'm just kind of messing with it right now. Might just come back to this later, but AM1 Create, I'm gonna leave that. I like that little faint tap in the back, so I can just lock that so it doesn't keep interacting with this. I'll just lock that layer so it doesn't keep interacting with this little faint AM1 logo repeating faint little thing back here. Let me see. Be free to create. Create to be free is the slogan for AM1 Creates. Just so you know, it is about creating freedom through creativity, entrepreneurship, all that good stuff. So that's literally what I do for a living, is help other people get their art off, get their dreams out. And I love it. And I'm gonna do it even at a higher level. All right, let's see. Finish building this out. We're still gonna get into some motion though, but I think I said it in the video title that it's gonna be some Adobe Illustrator Mayhem. Super boring. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, but this is what I do, so why not show it to y'all? Why not show the folks who are interested in this kind of stuff more content coming to AM1 Creates channel? I'm gonna just leave that right there for now. Let's see here. What are we doing? All right, so we do got to go back in here because this ellipse is in there, or I could just take it out of this particular layer because I like that layer already. We got the stuff on this layer above it, so we got that. I like to have everything nice and neat and tidy on its own layer, just so I can kind of move it around and it's not too big of an issue. I really don't want to spend too much time on this because this is not what the stream is supposed to be about, but I'm kind of having fun with it. So y'all can kind of see how it goes down. This is part of the process when you build out this kind of stuff, like where you want to create a little presentation. It's just making it look cool. You know what I mean? Just giving it its own flavor. I like having my own branded out setup. I suggest everyone else do the same. If you can do it, if you can't do it, then you got to pay for it. Not always fun, but I get it. Well, I don't get it because I don't have to do that. Unfair advantages. All right, so I'm just leave that like that. Bam, bam. That's gonna come there like that. Or I'll take this little bar and put it down here. So this is going to end up being a thumbnail for this setup right here. Artboards and timelines, and I'm gonna even make this a little bit more fancy. Maximum Files was good. Y'all be sure to hit the like button, drop me a little message in the chat so I see who's rocking with me, because there's about to be a whole lot more of this type of content coming specifically to the visual media production channel AM1 Creates. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get that link. Anybody who doesn't know about that channel yet, so y'all can go holler at that ASAP. Because if y'all interested in this kind of stuff, and you should be, anybody looking for a career change, getting some different things, let me see. Actually, let me send an email to a friend of mine. Drop her that. And actually, I'm gonna come over here and do this so y'all don't see all the business. One second. Why is it going slow? Okay. All right, cool. Everyone creates. What's the deal? What's the deal? There we go. There we go. One moment, please, folks. All right, now I'm moving back to my screens. I got so many screens open, it's ridiculous. This is how they're creating anime and animation shows. Oh yeah, definitely. They're doing it with computers for sure. Storyboard it all out and then go over and animate it. I mean, they're doing it in a whole other process than this, because, you know, they're drawing all this stuff. This is all just basic motion graphics, basic in the sense that it's literally just graphics as opposed to drawn characters and whatnot. Whole other ball game. Oh, this is not okay. It's like this thing ain't acting right. Artboards and timelines, I'm gonna leave it like that, but let's check out some other things here. Bam, bam, bam. I just need pieces. I need pieces. Oh, I was about to change this. I'm wasting way too much time with this, but because this is not the focal point of this stream, I really want to get into this other motion for this other project that I got to get done anyway. So I figured I'd show y'all what the deal is, but I don't think y'all mind. I think y'all understand. Have some fun messing around in After Effects. I'm gonna just move this to the side for now. Copy that, take it, flip it. We'll go this way. Since that lighter color is over here, snap that right there. And I already know this is, well, we'll just do it this way. 45 pixels high, snap that to the bottom right there. Snap it there so we know it's perfect. 45 pixels high and 1080, but I need this to be 1920. So then bam, and then just go snap it right there. So now it's perfect. So we got the little bar, so that's cool. I did with that. And again, I'm not trying to worry about this too much, but now let me see about this, because I do kind of want this to work right. Oh, actually, you know what? I was going to put that there. So just put that over there for now. And one creates artboards and timelines. Balance it out a little bit. I'm overthinking the whole thing right now, but I have some other references to what I wanted to do with this, but let me see. This whole setup right here. You know what? I'm about to just do this. Put that in there and then expand the whole thing. Nah, I ain't gonna do it like that. Y'all gotta help me. I'm stuck like Chuck, actually. No, I'm gonna go like this. Put that there. Soundtrack beats though. So this time I took a whole project, like one of his whole releases from a few years ago, and just exported as one big file and put it in StreamYard, so we could just rock for like 20 minutes straight before it loops. All soundtrack. My guy. Slap me folders of beats on the low. Everybody else trying to get beats from him. And I understand because he got heat. This fool makes ridiculous beats just like nothing. Alright, now we kind of moving kind of like how I want it. Take that and just make sure it's all lined up. And group it. And then I'll take that and put that there. And then center it like that. Resize it a little bit. Bam, artboards and timelines. Okay, cool. And then I'm going here, go find that ellipse again. Where is it? And maybe thin out the stroke a little bit. Club Fortune, what's good? Nerding out on the motion graphics. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. And let's see. Let me just eyeball this real quick. See if there's any other little things I want to do. Let's see here. All right, so all that's there, all that's there, all that's there. We got that for the color. Let me just tidy this up a little bit. That there. All right, cool. Artboard timeline. Bam. Don't need that. Actually, I'll leave that. It's a little scrap later. That there. Put that there. There. And we there. Some other things. Where's this at? Where that at? Get that out of there. Put that there too. So I'm just putting everything on this layer that I can just hide and get rid of. But just keep these pieces handy in case I want to do something with this later. Got the whole file. Let me save that. Let's see. Where we gonna put this? We'll go AM1 creates YT temp.ai inside AM1 creates AM1 YouTube. Yeah, this will be cool. Shit. All right, that's cool. Leave it there for now. Leave it there for now. We'll leave that for now. All right. Let's see what we gonna do. Shouldn't even do this right now, but we gonna see. I'm so caught up on this right now. I'm not even getting to the other After Effects thing I want to get to. But I will. Because this ain't even like the main thing I want to do right now. But I'm having fun, so I'm just going to keep rocking. Don't mind me. My dude got beat. love this beat right here. Beauty of this whole thumbnail situation is I can always just go back and change this later. So I'm not gonna trip off it too much. Let's see. Or not, while I'm at it. Y'all know that one. Intro to AM1 Free Energy. Shout out to my other channel, AM1 Free Energy. You know that good health fitness info. Low to no cost ways to extract the most energy out of your life. All right, I'm gonna go with this for now. Oh, wait a minute. Something happened. Oh, I hit stuff. A little busy, but I'll take it. Like I said, this isn't even what I'm trying to really do here right now. I was just trying to throw something down for Artboards Timeline, which I've succeeded to do. So this will be low-key thumbnail for Artboards and Timelines episodes. See what else I got here. Okay, so just that. So basically take all that and export selection. I'm gonna create. Yeah, we'll just put it there for now. This always gets super convoluted. A and T. Three. All right, so I'm cool with that for now. And yeah. Don't save. Close that. Close that. Save. Save that. Like, this is the real thing I'm trying to get to right here. But I'll take this for now. But the dope part is the way I set this up, I can always go and like animate this, like, which I will. So I got to do a whole intro for AM1 Creates channel, and that's gonna have like its own content and shows within that. Specifically, Artboards Timelines is like one thing, and then I have some other content in there too, like my tutorial videos showing you my gear, all that. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get into this though, because this is what I really was looking to come for and just kind of work through what I have. All right, so we got this here right here. So I'm gonna use these same little edges right here. But let's see. Rectangle tool. So I'm just trying to get some little spacers here just to kind of see what we're working with. I didn't design this, so we got to see what they're working with. Let's see here. The details. I kind of already have an idea for what I want to do. It's going to be pretty interesting, I hope. 10 pixels? 10 point something pixels. What are we doing here? 400 by 10, I guess. Just trying to get an idea of like how they set this up. Because again, it's tricky working with other people's artwork. I was just telling Homegirl, I don't really edit other people's videos, and here's why, because you just never know how somebody chose to build something. But 10 pixels in, cool. All right, so I can use these basically as markers to where I know, because I want these edges. And the reason why is because I need to take this and I want to put all these like little borders, the little frame setups. Let me get rid of that and put them here on my own rectangular version of that same square. They built that logo as a square. So 10 pixels, and that's 10 pixels relative to that. So I'm gonna, 10 pixels is nothing there. All right, let me sort this out. Let's see here now. So here's what we're working with, and I'm gonna obviously drop this on here. We're gonna do the reference layer setup, just kind of see. But right now I'm just kind of spacing it out, see what I'm working with. So I'm just grabbing it from this file, putting it over here in this file, because I gotta set the spacing, because basically I gotta rearrange, kind of redesign the logo a little bit, because they designed it as a square and I need it in this 16:9 aspect ratio for this purpose. All right, what we got? So that's a whole group, right? All right, cool. Take that, paste that, not there, over here. All right, bam, bam, center it. So let's see what we got. Okay. So it's real small inside of that. That's fine. Which scale up like about there. So then just kind of let me think about how I want my spacing to go. I'm gonna put some little markers down just to kind of see how I'm situated. This is like part of the process. In some instances, you got to like redesign other people's stuff based on how you need to set it up. So yeah, I basically go 60 pixels in, so I can change it up here, 60. So my this little bar up here that I'm using just to measure, it's gonna be 60 pixels in, and that kind of helps me align and kind of know what I'm doing here. So it's very important. And that's going to be 1920. I already know that because we're working in HD, 1920 by 1080, 1920 wide by 1080 high. So bam, bar instantly goes to that height, and transform it. I can just pin it to the top. It's already pinned to the top there. So if I hit this button, it's going to automatically snap it there. And then when I hit that, it snaps that in place over there. So now I got 60 pixels high in this bar right here. So I just build out a little frame, super simple. Well, I don't even need to do it like that now because I can just go grid. Where's my ruler? I do it that way too. Sometimes it's just easier to see it more lined up like that, but let's see. It's not showing me. Yeah. I feel like rearranging the grid and be lazy about it, but I'll just do it like that. Give me a bar. All right, take that same thing, put it there. Snap it in place. Give me another little guide. Clear that guide. Make a whole other layer just for the guides. Paste the guide in place. Guide layer. Cool. At 60. Take that. Ooh. This needs to be a little bit smaller, so if it's right in my guide, it's basically there. Okay, cool. Leave it right there. That works. So it's centered. Now the trick is I need these things to be off to the side as well. So that's kind of why I set it up this way, because then I can just go like this and make another one of these guides, because we're going 60 all the way around. So like that. Snap it over there. And do it like that. Don't really need to, but so we're in this isolation mode, so you can kind of just work with exactly what you have selected. No big deal. But now I want to go to the guide setup because of that right there, and just put this other guide over here. Just want this to be like low-key perfect, so save me trouble later. I don't know if I'm trusting Illustrator right now. I need that to snap right in place. Transform, spin to that side. Okay, cool. Sometimes the lines don't be acting right. Whatever. So just duplicate that, put another one on that side real quick. There's all kind of ways to do this, but I just got used to doing it this kind of way. Because in certain instances, you just want to be super precise. Beast. I'm just untrustworthy of some of these rulers and guides sometimes. So, bam. Logo. So these are my frames. Cool. Save that. So all this is I just want these to be perfect up here. That's all it is. So ungroup that. That's already centered how I want it. But I just want these right here as I'm ungrouping this and this. It's all about that. So I just group these two for now. But ultimately, all I'm doing is just making it to where transform on that. Give me that. Yeah, pin that to that side, but I need this to go. Just nudging over that way. Let me get up on there and make sure it's cool. All right, happy with that. It actually doesn't have to be super duper perfect because it just kind of floats anyway, but bam. All right. So just to reframe it like that, that's literally all that was. All that trouble just to do that. Giving away. So I like how this works. So then I ungroup this because I just decide how this is all going to animate on. I kind of think I see something right here because again, I got to take all this and get it over there. But let's do this new comp. It's just going to be commencement. And this is interesting because this is already broken apart. This is going to be a beast, but we're going to see. We going to see. Commencement. Foothill. FFG. Cool. So we start with a whole new comp. So now we're over in After Effects, Illustrator, After Effects. This was designed in Illustrator, so I got to bring it over and animate it in After Effects. Shout out to the folks watching this boring foolishness. You guys are troopers and absolute madmen and women because I actually get paid to do this. You guys are just watching me do it, but guaranteed, check out some of this stuff and you'll learn some stuff and you can do it too. You can do it too, kids. Let me see how this is rocking right here though, because I got that color. I'm gonna bring this in here, so I'll make another solid. So I just hit right click, solid. See if I remember the. Shift. T. Forgot how to do it. Layer, new, solid is Command Y. Command Y. New solid. I want the solid to be that color. Bam, 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 bam. And let's call this BG. Why BG? For background. All right, so we're gonna rock like that for now, but let's see though, because they're actually, as part of the design, there is this little gradient situation that they put in there. They got this little starburst thing, so they got these little details, but they do have this little gradient, and I'm kind of interested in that because if I can mimic that effect, that'd be kind of cool for some of these instances. Let's see how they did it. Okay, I see what they did. I see what they did. Oh God. I don't know if I'm trying to get into everything they did though. They kind of wildin'. But let's see though. Let's see. Oh, damn, did not set this up right. I don't like dealing with other people's stuff. I really don't. I really don't. All right, I'm not getting into that. I might worry about that later. We'll see. But they do have this starburst thing. So this is interesting. I might be able to use this to some degree, but let's bring this all back. Oh, so they have this starburst, but the starburst has some kind of blend mode on it. Maybe. Yes, it's saying normal. How is that possible? Because that thing looks like that. It does have some kind of transparency or blend mode or something on it. Okay, so opacity is 70% and it's on multiply, so it does have a blend mode. Let me just copy that. Take this opacity off, take this blend mode off, make it normal. I'm gonna take this from the original design, bring it over to my design. Here's my BG layer. I'll put this over my BG layer. That was the first guide. I don't need that, so I can ditch that, so I can still use that. Let me lock those so I can paste that in there and not interact with anything else. And scale that up to, oh, so it's almost a direct square, which it should be a perfect square. But height wise, we're gonna go 1080 and center it. Okay. Oh, okay. So I see what they did. So that's interesting. It interacts with the gradient. I really do want that color, but let me see if I can go sort out what they did. Because, oh, that's why. Because they're using that CYMK. I don't want to get into too much of the technicality here, but let's see. I really wish I could just. Okay, here it is. Give me the color. There we go. All right, so effects. So I'm back in Illustrator or After Effects. Ramp. I want to do this gradient. Just drag that effect on there, but I want it to be a radial robot. I already have that. Paste that in there. And actually, it doesn't have to be exactly the same, so we'll see. But let's see. Layer BG, actual layer. Now I want to be stupid, but that's cool. Right here. Just want to see what I can do with this gradient based on this little starburst thing. See what I can pull off. So yeah, and then swap the colors because that's basically what they have. That gradient right there. Bro, when people you see YMK for screen rate, right? You see what it is. It's a little bit much, but you know, different people, different design sensibilities. But I'm actually glad that I did mess with the gradient though, because I like that. So here's what I'm gonna do though. Actually, this is kind of busy, but let's overlord it up on over there and see what happens. Bam. Okay, I'll take that. So we have this as a shape layer, you understand? We're gonna put this on multiply and 70% opacity, just like they did. We got some flexibility now because it's a shape layer, right? So we can extend it up. I like it. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad we did it. We did this. You guys get credit too. So this is kind of popping, right? I like this. All right. Bam, bam, bam. So that's basically their initial setup right here. It was kind of rocking like this. Bam, 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 bam. With that particular version. See how they have this going on. Their gradient's different. Mine's, I like mine better. But I can go manipulate some of that as well. How they did theirs. Mine's better. But we'll see anyway. So they have this setup right here. Get rid of this, get rid of that. Then we have this version, of course, right here. And then I have my version where I'm looking to animate it like that. BG, so let's see what they did. Let's see what happens if I just do multiply on mine. Well, I know it'll work. Multiply 70%. And it should tuck it just like they did. Cool. Starburst, hide that. Background, hide that. And now we have this and we got the guides. So we're good. So let's get into this though. This is where the magic happens. I have an idea kind of for what I want to do with these borders. I might deal with that first actually, because I feel like I'm making more progress. I'll make the borders basically explode from the center. Let's size this up a little bit though. Borders. They're all in the same, they're grouped. Oh, they're not grouped. They're on the same layer, but they're not grouped. Individual. So, bam. We can overlord these, I think, and they should pop up on individual layers. Ooh. And they're not. What? All on the same layer? Lock that background in the star. So all these are on the same layer. That's not what I wanted to happen. Let's delete that. Try it again. Let's see. The overlord gonna be extra. It gave me all 4. Okay, cool. I didn't know if it was gonna try to like be stupid. Change that because it's gonna get cluttered real quick. And then we'll turn that on, so that kind of lets me see exactly what I'm looking at, how it outlines what's selected. And that's kind of the order that I want it, just like that. Kind of doesn't matter. I'll go right here. So that's the ultimate position I want them in. So I'm keyframe it like that. So that's Command P for position. And that should keyframe all of them. Why is it not cooperating? Option P. I'm sorry. Command P. Option P. Option P, position. They're all in that position, but I should have tended to this first too. So here's what we're gonna do. I need all of these. I want them to sort of originate from their corners, right? And I'm not sure if this is gonna work right since there's nothing in the corner, but we shall see. And here's why that's important. So let me grab all 4 of these because I'm gonna go Option S for scale as well. So it's gonna change the scale and the position. Right now, that's where I want them to resolve to. And actually, I just messed up because I got to get rid of the position and the scale because I'm about to move like the center point, or at least the origination point. And how do we do that? Y, take that. So y'all can see this little thing right here. This basically designates where the center of the object is going to be. But I want to take it and like snap it in place like this because I want that corner to technically operate like it's the center. So I'm just moving it over there. So that'll be like the origination point. And I'll show you how that works in a second. But let me just do all 4 of these. And it's perfect because the program is kind of like helping me snap them exactly in place where I want them. Oh, not that way. But that's dope that you can do that. I never need to do that. But yeah, here's what it is. So just so you kind of get an idea of how this works. So the whole point of watching me do this is to familiarize yourself with this. And trust me, this is helpful to see people build stuff for real in After Effects. Like, if you're gonna spend time with this, like, bro, I've been rocking with this program for 7 years. It's a beast of a program. And as much content as you can watch, somebody building stuff like this, walking yourself through tutorials, extremely helpful. But let me go back to this though. Position and scale. So position, scale, I'm hitting keyframes show me ultimately on the timeline, because we're animating this, what I want to happen and when and where. Since I moved the center position to this corner right here and it's perfectly aligned there, when I scale it, the scaling starts from there. So that was the whole point of moving it that way, because I want the scaling to start from there. So essentially what I'm gonna do with this is highlight all of these. So now everything I do here affects all of these. Right now, these are the exact size I want, so that 100%. But I'll make these 0. And as soon as I make them all 0, they all disappear because they're 0 in scale. But now, as you scroll up the timeline, they scale up. Bam. So I can take all 4 of these. Now I can manipulate where on the timeline or how fast this happens. Right now, we're at 12 frames. This is 24 frames per second. So 12 frames is half a second. So right now, in half a second, it scales up. Cool. Here's a YouTuber that does After Effects tutorials, and every time he does something, he says cool. But he says he kind of has an accent, but it's hella funny how he does it. Cool. So I said cool, and it made me think of it because it sounds just like, dude, trust me, it's funny. Nerd, graphic design nerd kind of way. Cool. I've been watching the dude for years, so it's just hella funny. That's actually kind of dope in and of itself, but that's not quite what I had in mind. But let me see if this even works though, because essentially what I'm trying to do is make it to where the position of these things are all dead center. And now I'm having doubts about if I even want to do that, but we'll see. Because now we're getting to like the coordinates of it all, and so 960 is half of the 1920. 960. $540. 960, $540. And I should be able to basically just paste all these. And all go to the center. Yeah. Now here's the thing. They're all back to back. That's actually dope how it creates that star, right? But it's not going to matter though, because when I slide these over, since I already did that first part first, the scale, you won't see anything. So now it just emits from the center. But that happens way too fast, but it's cool though, because I can always just manipulate it. So now it happens over a second. And I'm not sure if I like that, but we're gonna see. Either way, then we can go into the whole easing thing. Do a little more on the easing tip. And since it's moving like that, I'm putting motion blur on. This motion blur automatically turns everything on. Oh, actually it doesn't, but the motion blur is going to be on for these movements now, so the things actually have like a blur effect to them. See how it's rendering with the blur? So now when I go, it has the motion blur. Looks pretty dope. But it's like perfect with the music in the background too. All right, so let me do this, because that just made me think, now that I see this exploding out, maybe we'll mess with this star thing a little bit, kind of make the star expand out as well. So I'm gonna go option scale for the star. And I know we're working within a second, but maybe this finishes faster. So I don't know, we'll see. But then I just go to 0 on the scale. So now we start at nothing, that expands out. Whoa. Let's see what happens if I make it all a second. I don't want that to be first. So if I go grab these things right here and kind of make it to where it's like that happens first. After Effects with the user interface, all of this is the UI user interface. Makes it to where you can kind of like basically scale up any of these sections and it fills the screen if you kind of need to deal with it more by hitting little accent button thing up here. I don't know the name of this thing, but so that's what I did right there. If you see that, fill the whole screen. Just makes it easier to see, because as you can imagine, this stuff starts getting super convoluted when you got hella stuff on the screen, like ridiculous layers. Like this stuff gets way out of control, just the layers alone. Like this stuff gets nuts. So they let you color code it, which is dope. Yeah, so that kind of expands out. Again, it's me kind of hustling backwards, starting from that part. But let's see, let's get into some more rugged, grimy details though, because that's that. And that's just these little edge things. So select all, Command A to just select everything. And then I hit M, it just collapses everything down. And I'm gonna hide this star thing because it has a lot of like shapes going on to it, and it might like slow down the render process. And I'm rendering on full right here. So I'm doing it that way so you guys can get a better look at the resolution. Because if I render it off of full, like quarter, then it just looks jankier. Kind of doesn't matter, but I guess it doesn't matter. You guys can probably not even really tell the difference. So I'm gonna leave it like that for now. We're gonna see if that jams anything up. All right, here's what we're gonna do though. Back to Illustrator. So now we got to deal with this. We dealt with this part right here. So I'm gonna take this basically out of the picture. So I'm gonna basically cut that, but I'm gonna put it back on its own layer, but it's not really gonna matter because it's just there, right? But just to kind of get it out of the way, because I really want to focus on this, I'm gonna hide the star thing too, because now I don't want clutter, because now I'm thinking, right? Like, how do I need this to all animate and resolve onto the screen. I got some ideas about it, but they didn't design this in the best way. They have these pieces all built out. And I understand why they did this, but I wish there, and I'm sure it exists, but maybe a state where, see, this is all based on lines, right? It's lines like this. These are lines where you can manipulate the actual lines. They're stroke lines as opposed to what are called shape layers. With stroke lines, it's literally a line, and I can control the line. It even says line extension, like how I can kind of lock it and move it like that. Then I can take it and cut it, do different things as lines. What they did is took the lines as a stroke. They expanded and got it where they wanted, and then they went over here and expanded the object and turned it into a box or a rectangle shape. So the thing is, I'd rather have some of this stuff be actual lines. So that it puts me in a tricky situation, because it's almost like the way I want to animate this, it forces me to have to redo a part of it. So it's kind of making me think, like, do I want to go through all that trouble? But if I do, so I'm trying to get the most bang for my buck. If I'm going to animate this, because essentially what I wanted it to be is where these are operating as lines like this. Like if I were to design this, I mean, I'd already know I'm animating it. So I know that I want to animate using stroke lines like this. So when I have the stroke lines like this, I can use what's called the trim path and make it literally draw on. Like right there, you don't see anything. I can make it draw on like that and follow the exact course of this. That's what I really want to do. And this thing is just a mirror image of this down here too. So I want this to basically start with nothing in this frame and basically make these things like draw on. But it's like, is it worth the time to do that? This outer frame is cool. So it's almost like I can even take this and maybe change the color of it for the sake of like marking that I already decided what to do with it. The color won't change because it wants to be stupid for whatever reason. Ungroup. Whoa, wait a minute. Let me see.
And then it grows on you. Yeah, it grows on you.
That's nice.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, it's not letting me change the color. I do not like the lack of cooperation from the stupid software. Phil, what's the problem? This is not good. This is not good. What's up with that? Oh, okay. So it did do the gradient. Why I want to change the color? Oh. This is holding me up. I don't like this. All right, cool. We'll just use that pink. All right, so this is gonna go. So I'm just overload this now. So that means that it went. Cool. 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 I'm gonna change the color of that. So you see, I'm basically building a frame. So I'm kind of saying, okay, I'm gonna send that over when we're good there. This line, I'm gonna redraw. Actually, I messed up though, because I actually need to take all of this, copy all of it. I forgot about this part. And then I'm gonna paste it all back. And there's some solid objects and there's still some lines, but I'm gonna just expand everything. Object. expand. So what I'm doing basically is just trying to get everything into just flat object lines that I can manage. There's different colors in here. It doesn't really matter right now, but I can make them all be the same color. And that's ultimately what I want to do, is make them all red. And if you guys see me do this before, I call that a reference layer, ref layer. So this red layer is just grouped like this, right? So then I group it, and then I'll even stamp it all together just to make sure it's grouped, because I just want one solid object version of that, and I want it right in place. So this is my ultimate resolve of what I'm coming to. So it's my ultimate like reference slash guide. So this is gonna be ref layer, and I think if I type it here, I'll just put title ref. I'll go ref title, because my eyes will glance over at ref and see ref, because I always put ref, but it's the title ref reference. So I'll overlord that. I'm using a script called Overlord that allows me to just take the whole vector setup and just beam it over to After Effects. So it literally took that, and it took the text as well. So I got my reference title, and if you see how I did it, it puts it right in place. And I moved it under that pink outline. So the pink outline just represents the fact that as I build this out, everything's going to resolve back to this. And it's going to, by the time I'm done, it'll all cover up the red, because I want that to be hidden, but I just want everything to be right perfectly in place. So just like a visual way to just kind of check my work right as I'm building it. And what I'm also going to do is, for the sake of just having a tidy work area, I'm going to take these and put these on shy mode, where it hides these layers. I'll turn this on, bam. So it looks like I'm just working with those two. So I got my ref layer. I can even lock that, because I don't need to touch that or change that. Then I have my first layer, sort of this little border. And I'm still looking and kind of checking my work for what parts I want to build out. So I know this line for sure, I'm going to rebuild that and make those so they can be workable lines. So let me turn that back on. So I'm going back to my original work I was working on. This one, I'll hide that, because it's just to declutter it, right? And let me just get rid of that. So here's what I'm gonna do. I have a ref layer. I'll take this ref layer and move it even behind that actual work. So I'm gonna start tearing this apart and making this work to my advantage. I might even take this commencement part. I'll worry about that later, because that's going to get real cluttered. But here's what I want. I want my lines, right? So I told you how they took this and built this as flat lines, and they actually grouped these two. So I got to ungroup that first. So just working with this one, I'm basically making lines. I'm trying to think the best way to do this. Actually, I'll just do it like this. I'll hide this, bring back the ref layer, hide this other one, bring back the height itself. Actually, I'll just do it this way. I'll take one of these, because it's already this perfect length, and I'll just cut it there, ungroup it. So now I just got parts, pieces, like a little scrap. So I have this line. So that line is the line that I really wanted. So then I just go treat it like a stroke, add more line thickness to it. Actually, just get rid of that and focus on this right here. Because here's the deal. I want this line so I can cover this line. Because I want this to really just be a line. You see what I'm saying? So let me lock that ref layer or start causing chaos. But that's literally what I wanted, is that line to just be there so I could manipulate this line. Because I don't want it to be the whole fat expanded object. I want it to be this line, because I can make this into what's called a trim path. I can manipulate it. But I'm using this reference layer style. But let me just do this to check the opacity, just to make sure it's not too much bigger. But it looks like it's pretty much dead on. Just because I don't want it to overlap. So bam, basically 3. So 2.5 should do it. 3. 3.2, 3.1. Detail orientation, you understand? All right, so that's pretty much dead to nuts on. So all of that just to get this line basically perfect so I can manipulate it, because of course they didn't design it like how I need it. And cool. So now I take this and just duplicate this. So this is Option, click, drag, and it basically snaps right in place because it kind of knows essentially what I'm doing. But I'll just zoom in on it to kind of make sure. And kind of mess around with it, make sure it's right where I want it. And let's see what happens. Not at alignment, so it's designed slightly off. But I ain't gonna worry about that. As long as it's aligned with how the logo is, cool. So here's what it is. I made my own lines, right? So now I can take both of these lines and overlord those over. And now I got my lines. Bam. Bam. So I'll just show you guys, for the sake of progress, what's going to happen with these and why I did all that. Because now that they're lines like this, and I'll take that one and put it there. Maybe I'll label it top line, bottom line. Yeah, top line. Top line. Bottom line. I mean, it's just stupid because like there's going to be a lot more lines. Top line, bottom line, but for now. So trim path though. So here's the deal. Here is the deal. And this is what makes it interesting. And this will be dope. Like you guys are going to see. Damn, because an hour into this already. I'll go another hour. Either way, I got to do this. Might as well do it now. But I want it to be dope. Because then they come back and be like, here, take my money. Give us more of that. And this is for like college. And these people are always hella nice. Trim path. So we go add trim paths. Trim paths means that you can take these stroke lines. That's why I wanted to build it like that. And start endpoint. You can change the start and endpoint. So it's like that. You see. So based on what I have here, 100, the negative start, and the end to 100. So if I keyframe both of those, the line sits there like how it is right now, and we'll just go to a second. It doesn't matter because I'm gonna have to change it anyway. But basically, if you go to 50 and 50, it automatically goes to nothing, right? Because it's starting at the exact dead center. So 50 that way, 50 that way on both of these controls. Bam. And we animate out. All that for the trouble. Now you can imagine when I do that here, I'm gonna rebuild this whole line right here and be able to do this exact same thing. So this line will draw on, and then I'll make the little balls at the end of it kind of like pause. Make the little circles at the end of it kind of like animate on, right? So it's worth it because it's gonna end up looking real dope. But jeez, if they just would have designed it, or if I had a file where I didn't have to do all that, as you can see, it would have happened a lot faster. But yeah, it draws on. Real simple. And here's the deal. Basically, and I might not even have to do all of this again, but if I take this whole trim path thing right here, I'll move the cursor here, highlight all this, copy it just like that. I should be able to, I know it'll work, but top line, bottom line, like where is it though? Contents group trim path. Content group. I should be able to just paste it right in there. So contents group trim path, and they both do it. Since I already programmed that with the trim path and just line it up the same way, it just draws on. You see what I'm saying? It draws on. While I'm at it, and I'm just eyeballing this real quick, I see this little situation here. And I think maybe I'll just go like for this. I'll just overlord that over and kind of like make that fly in from the front. So I got like this mic in front of me, and I'm a horrible typist, and I got to reach all around it. Judge me. Let me change the color of this brown. I really like it to be brighter. So about top line, bottom line, and what was this again? Oh, this is that frame. We'll go frame. That's cool. So the frame is going to start first in, so it'll start going like this. This is like playing around with how to kind of low-key animate on too. Do it that way. So we get some more action popping. Some more action popping. You can see it like build itself. So you see that. And I don't know if I'm going to stick with that border situation. I don't know if I like that, but I can always undo it later. So as that flies in, I'll make this thing right here the frame, which ultimately is going to end up being white anyway, but I'll just change the fill color to white. And I'll make it a 3D layer, but then I'm going to go, maybe I won't make it 3D, but I'm just go scale. So Option S for scale. And obviously it resolves to that scale. So that's it's 100%. But instead of making it come from like forward Z space, I'm basically just going to scale it up so it kind of gives that same effect, but maybe not, but we'll see. So just by making it bigger and then shrinking down, it's going to look like it's coming from the front. So it's like that. Whoa, that was interesting. That doesn't make any sense at all because it gets hella big or hella smaller and then gets bigger. And I did not tell it to do that. That's not good. We don't like those variables. After Effects acting all the way up. So we got to fix it. Scale, why is it doing that? There's no like reason it should be doing that. But let's see what happens. Just by changing the easing, maybe I can fix it. Easing just means like it eases into work. That's not good. That's not good. All right, we're going to go back to this. Wrestling's the Blues, what's good? Illustrator, After Effects, nerd session. You already see what it is. If I'm going to do it, I might as well bore other people with it. 6 other people in here apparently bored to death. All right, I'm going to try this other way and see if I can make it come from Z space, right? Oh, so that's position. So now I got to add a position keyframe and I'm going to get rid of that scale keyframe. I'm going to put that right there. Then I'm going to make it move from the front. And hopefully there's no shenanigans. Something's going on with my computer system here. After Effects uses all this like pre-RAM situation. So it's like running this extra, it's taking up 12 gigs of disk space just from like caching data as I'm building this, but I can clear it out. And it kind of frees up the system and lets it be a little more agile. You understand? So let me scale this up. So again, like I was saying, like I was just using like a scaling method to try to fake this whole depth situation. So either way, it solved kind of the problem I was having. And then we'll go back into this easing situation. Shift F9, bring that in. My computer's doing something stupid and I don't like it. I don't like it. People seeing this like, wait, what? It's my thumbnail from earlier for the stream I did on the other channel. Pay it no mind. Pay it no mind. That's hella funny to have that pop up in the middle of the stream. Trust me, it actually makes sense. I was doing a review on a video on my other channel. I ain't gotta explain myself, nah, but the context of that is hilarious for that to show up on the screen. But I was just closing out Photoshop, which I should have did when I first started. I got a lot going on with this right now. No more like lines and whatnot on the screen. So virtual desktops, let's get rid of those too. Let's declutter. All right, so we're back. Illustrator. All right, After Effects, we're back. All right, so that flies in. Yeah, I like it. So motion blur, bottom triangle. I mean, sure, flies in. So that's basically what it's going to be. Certain things flying in. All right, so we'll do the same thing. So position with that, add the 3D, since we're kind of playing the 3D or 3D Z-Space game. We'll stay true to that. This comes out from negative, we'll go negative 2000. So that's cool. That's where that comes out from. So just to be a little consistent, so we'll go negative 2000 from this triangle as well. So the triangle, the frame, and the triangle flies in. And it goes taking hella long because it's longer on the timeline and it doesn't have easing. Shift F9, and I want the easing to look the same. So I'll basically try to mimic this one. So I'm taking this wave and trying to like make the frequency of it match that one. So they kind of move and behave the same way, which I pretty much got it spot on. So that one flies in, that one flies in. Right now, they're in the exact same time. So you see they fly in, obviously, exactly on the same time. But if I take this set of keyframes on the timeline, it's making it to where it's staggered, right? So now the first one goes, then the second one goes. Let me take this down on this resolution. Yeah, okay. Basically like a title reveal for this college. So that first floor group project, this is the company that hired me to do this work for this college. So we went and shot this commencement, a graduation at a college. First floor group, as the company facilitated and produced their whole graduation ceremony setup as far as audio presentation for it. And then I shot the recap video for it. So I'm building a recap video, but I'm also building this as like a promotional ad for first floor group as well. So I'm doing this motion graphic type stuff. So that's why I built this first. But for the college itself, we have their actual commencement logo set up. So we're going to do a version of the video that's specifically for their graduation. So this is me taking their commencement graphic and building this into it. Miss Barry Duncan. Yeah. Last week's one definitely worked out well. I mean, that's it right there. I like it. And then there was the one that I did even before that, which was this one. So, because there's two different versions of the first floor group logo. So we're definitely good with the logo situation, but now we have the one from the college itself. So yeah, that was fun. So now first floor group setup is one thing, and I'm gonna still do some more with this.
I gotta admit, yeah, it sounds pretty good. It sounds
But now I'm doing specifically this little title animation sequence for the actual graduation commencement ceremony, like video. We're doing a separate video just for the graduation. This is the kind of stuff I be doing, you know what I mean? I be helping people get their education on, you know? So get the easing on that. You said the easing, make it real gradual. So it literally is showing you like the frequency of it. Starts off slow, speeds up, and then slows down. So it literally does exactly what you told it to do. Oh, well, here's the problem with that. There's both of those lines. Oh, okay. Let me back that up. Do both of these lines, they're going to move similarly. So I'll basically do the whole easing and the whole setup at the same time so I can make them match up perfectly for the most part. But they're basically going to start off slow and then they smooth out as they... Yeah, see? Real simple. This just gives it that more realistic kind of movement because real objects have that kind of like inertia to it. Yeah, I like that red too. Does my mic sound like it's too loud? Yeah, I'm definitely not liking this whole thing with the little border frame things. And it's kind of annoying me. It's kind of annoying me. So I want to get rid of that. You like the brighter red words. Oh, yeah, but no. The words aren't really like that. That's just the reference layer. They actually have a version of the logo that's like that, but the whole thing is like this. So I theoretically could make it like this. Yeah, I guess I could. I mean, it could be white or it could be like this. So maybe I'll try that. I mean, it's not that big of a deal to change the colors of it, but I'm just trying to focus on like making it animate. But this is how it would really be. I can't change around the colors of it. So if I were to use red anything, it would have to look like this. Well, I see what you're saying. But yeah, this whole red is literally just a reference layer that I use just to make sure that everything I design all falls into place exactly how I want. Whole time I'm doing it with this. Hide that, gets more space back, but. And actually I have an idea for this border situation, so I might be able to sort that out. Or I might just ditch the little frame things. All right, so I could take all that and kind of slide that over, but get an idea for kind of how it animates on. And let me fix this right now. The bottom triangle situation is not the business because I need this to do something a little more interesting. So basically it just looks like it's coming in from the bottom and it's like, nah, fam, I need this to be like that. Like it's coming in from directly in front. Kind of more like that. Let's see, I'll make it more dramatic. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's like still super fast. Whoa. Oh, okay, I see what I did. I'll sort that out later, but in general, I wanted it to have that effect where it comes in from there. And then these lines that are drawn on. Yeah, Bar, you saw me do this before, so it's that similar thing where it's like kind of the movements kind of trigger the next thing, triggers the next thing, triggers the next thing, just kind of like motion design principle. Although the way the frame comes in, I want this more staggered between the frame and that triangle. Yeah, that's more like it. But I mean, I still got a lot I gotta sort of deal with. This whole commencement part. Actually, you know what though? I think I know what I might do. Because it's commencement, right? So let's run with this. Let's try this while I'm at this right now. So commencement is like, oh, okay, wait. My version of it is right here. Here's what I'm working with. All right, so I did this part. I'm gonna hide the triangle because I already did the triangle. I'm gonna hide this line and this line because I already did these. So the more this disappears and you see the red lets me know that's what I already finished. So commencement is already grouped. Ungroup that, so I gotta deal with each of these letters individually. And that's not fun, but you know, it is what it is. Well, I'm gonna take all that and overlord that over. And that's about to be one piece. And I don't want it one piece. So I'm gonna tell Overlord to give me that in each piece, which is just a lot. Look how it just beams everything over there. Wait, where's the T? Can I get the T? All right, so I gotta change this. The latte god, what's good? When the tutorials come in? This is the live tutorial right now. Trying to step your keyframe game up. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Keyframing. This is somebody else's design that I'm animating right now. Like literally keyframes on deck right now in front of your face. Straight After Effects right here. Right here now. Listen to the sounds of soundtrack. Oakland, California. The other C. Two. And three. I mean, doesn't really have to be in order, but kinda. I mean, it makes it a lot easier. Don't judge me. Y'all judging me. Y'all rushing me. Why y'all rushing me? And why gotta be this word? You know? Oh, M1. Hey, M1. Melting my eyes out. All right. Do I have everything? Do I have comments? Mint. Wait. Comment. Oh. Oh, E2. Ha. Yeah, latte guys. This is it gets crazy. Yeah, see. I do see. Warrior's Dream, you still in there? All right. All those layers would give me anxiety. This ain't even that much. This isn't even that much. Like, it gets way more ruthless than this. This is nothing. This is nothing. Because look, I mean, yeah. Yeah, Bari actually just made you a mod, so now you can. Basic one, what? Basic one. I'm not sure what you mean. All right, commencement. I think I got it all. Mint. All right, so let me think about this because I'm thinking commencement. I want to make these things like basically appear on. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go scale. But I think I'm gonna do this. Basically use the same technique where I kind of make things size from like this point. Yeah, no, I got you, Bari, and I always appreciate your support. I know you're artistic and crazy enough, you have the stamina to kick it on a session like this. What is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with us artists? Us artist type. So I'm changing the center position and basically just putting it to one of these edges, because what I plan to do, and again, it's part of the game with certain motion graphic things, some things you just know are going to work right. But with this, basically I'm going to make it go commencement, but the idea is that it's going to just kind of reveal up from nothing. Now I could mask them all and make it slide up from behind a mask, but I think I'm going to go reveal up. I almost kind of want to make them reveal from like the corner, but I can always go back and change it if I need to, which will be a headache, but not that bad, but just like, damn. Or I'll do some of it now. How about that? How about we do some now and just see how it plays out? So we're going to go scale, option S for scale. So scale keyframes to 100%, go back on the timeline and go 0. So they all disappear, of course, because 0 scale, and then they all go, it grows. It gets grown. I'll see. Descending 2 frames. So I'm actually using this whole other script to stagger this like this, which I already knew I was going to do. Oh, what do y'all think? I'm kind of feeling that. You got to do half at a time. No, this is me just trying to mitigate if it doesn't look cool, not having to go back and change all of these. Just to get an idea for, is this working right? Yeah, I'm kind of liking the look of this. So this kind of working how I want. So like, I'm basically trying to make it like scale commencement. Scale like it's moving, right? Like there's like, it implies like growth and movement. So that was kind of the idea of commencement. So I'm liking how it's working. So I'm gonna keep going with this vibe. There's another way I kind of envision it working, but I'm gonna keep going with this for now. I think it works. Whoa. Hold on, we got some madness going on here. So it's just a matter of like shifting these center points. I mean, it's not that serious. It's just my eyes are over this already. But I want to make it interesting, be creative. All right, so now I got them all, and oh, we're out of space. All right, so get all of these and call up and scale. Get rid of all those keyframes, re-hit all those keyframes. So I have all the scale keyframes dialed in, and then go 0 on all of these. And when we come back over here, of course, we see nothing. And they all basically grow up like that. Now, the part of this is, how much RAM would I suggest for a smooth AE experience? Well, it kind of depends on the computer and the chip and the processor. With this, I'm using it's ridiculous, a MacBook Air, but with an M1 chip and 16 gigs of RAM. MacBook Air, the smallest, most powerful computer I've had. 16 gigs of RAM. It's allowing me to do this and stream. And I have Illustrator open and After Effects open. And I have Photoshop open earlier. It's pretty stupid. Like what Apple did with that whole M1. Yeah, the M1 setup is ridiculous. I'd say get 16 for sure. I have a computer that has the 8, a Mac Mini with 8. I had that first, but then I was like, okay, I like this M1 setup, but I need to be mobile. So then I got the Air. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. All right, you know what? I didn't want to have to do this, but I'm gonna do it. All right, I'm gonna get rid of all those keyframes. See, Spall, Bari, Spall, Bari, Duncan. Come on. I was trying to avoid this. It'd be dope if I could do all these at one point. It's like, nope. It's just trying to have me move them all. All right, so apparently because of Bari, I got to do them all. All right, Bari, I gave you a wrench. Please get them up out of here. Why is it playing games with my emotions, though? Hold on. Or, the latte god, can you get them up out of here if you're still in here? They're trying to get my stream shut down. I ain't about all that. I ain't about what they offering. Oh, y'all did get rid of it. Oh, okay. I still see it on whatchamacallit. The latte god, I appreciate that, sir. Turned your back for a second. You're right. It came back creeping with it. Try to do something constructive, and then if people want to come over here with these crazy advertisements. I mean, you know, do what you do, but that ain't for me. It ain't for this stream for sure. All right, so part of the game is I want to just move these little anchor points because I want everything to come from this corner. Because I don't like how they're coming from the center because all of these letters are different sizes. And I'm just noticing and I figured that might happen. That's kind of why I was trying to cut that little corner and do half of them first. But now I'm almost done with this. It's like not even that much. Like all this stuff is not really hard more than it's just tedious. So it's just hard within the realms of it is grueling. I gotta deal with all this. But then it's kind of like the payoff of when you really animate it and it comes together and it's dope. And it's like, yeah, I did that. Because it's like the average person ain't built for that. Now, this is going to be interesting to see how the T plays out, right? Because this comes up out of nowhere. But it's going to happen so fast. So right now, here's what happens with that. Yeah, see? I should have went with my first gut on that because that looks way more dope. Yeah. All right, I'm kind of rocking with that. Damn, look at that. See? Layers stacking up. I'm losing my space. The latte guy, watch, it gets way crazier. I mean, as far as the layers. So you can't find these things on Video Hive or website. You need to do them manually. Well, no, because this is a custom logo that's built like from this college. Like some designer built this just for their commencement ceremony. So you can't go like get something pre-made like this with somebody's custom setup. Like line for line, I'm animating something from something that only exists from that one college. So nah, like this is the people who build stuff and put it on Video Hive and these kind of Envato. This is like what I'm doing, but building it in such a way where maybe something can work for anybody's logo. What I'm doing here is only custom and unique to this particular thing. Like, it's not going to work. And this ain't working. What? Oh, I missed one. That's why. I was like, what is happening? Mufasa got me all thrown off. See? There we go. Nah, fam, yeah, this is all custom. So this is me like breaking apart their logo setup. So they have this logo, and then I got to like sort of reframe it so it can fit on like a HD 1920 by 1080 16:9 aspect ratio. Then I'm beaming it over into After Effects to animate it and really kind of like make it reveal onto the screen. You can't just go get this from somewhere. Like for this to happen like this, somebody has to do what I'm doing. There's no shortcut way to do this. There's no preset for this. Now, I mean, there's things you could have got from like those kind of things that would have been cool with this, but it just wouldn't animate like line for line. That looked dope. Taking After Effects course right now, just now learning Premiere and Final Cut. Oh, Premiere versus Final Cut. Yeah, I mean, I want to get more into Final Cut what's that other one? DaVinci. I just haven't had time because I'm always between Premiere and After Effects. Premiere's harder but more professional. Is it harder? I mean, I feel like it's just, what you know. You know what you know. It's just kind of what you get used to. Like Premiere is hella easy. So if you think that's harder than whatchamacallit, I mean, are the Guatemalans going crazy on your side of town? I stayed by Oscar Grant Bart and they going Yankees. Wait, what? Nah, I'm over by Lake Merritt. Guatemalans. Nah. There's just a few transient, unhoused folks in this area who be screaming and whatnot. Other than that, it gets dead around this time for the most part. Or, 7-Eleven people on the weekends hitting donuts and whatnot. Premiere's slower. You're saying it's harder because it's slower? Premiere has like hella extra stuff to it, but it's like I get why. Like all the bins and all the different stuff, but I mean, I'm so used to it, and that's the software I've been rocking with for years, so I don't really even think about it that way. Oh, it's their Independence Day. Oh, I see. Magnetic timeline is faster. Yeah, I did see certain things in damn chat. I've seen some things in Final Cut that looked like a way faster workflow, and I was like, wait a minute, that looks kind of official. All right, let me keyframe wingman. Let me transition sifter. You guys can't, well, I'll show you what I'm using, but this thing right here, basically ascending, descending 2 frames. Do it. Yeah, we rocking. We rocking. I think that's pretty dope. I think it's dope. I think it's dope. I think it's dope. Hour 40 minutes. This would have been way faster had I not had to do some of these other things, like what I kind of want to do right now, but I kind of don't want to do it right now. But if I do it, it'd be kind of dope. Let's see. 20 minutes. Let's see if I do it. It's not like it's hard. It's just like, ugh. Grueling. All right, so I hide that since I finished that part, and then I gotta deal with this too. I gotta animate that on, but I want to get into one of these. This is a quick one. Yeah, right. I mean, A lot of this has been coming in at like 2 hours, but I know you're being sarcastic. This is definitely not quick. After Effects is notorious for this level of foolishness, and that's part of the game. Like, man, that's why most people don't want to do it, and that's part of the reason I love it, because it's just something that the average person ain't built for. You feel me? All right, so here, basically, here's the deal on this. It's not as hard as it seems. Watch how I does it though, because here's what I'm gonna do. It's already built for me, right? So all I'm gonna do is cut here. So I'm literally using this cut tool, see, cut tool. And I find an anchor point and cut it. So it just tore the whole thing apart. I'm gonna grab the lower part of it. Oh, I gotta ungroup it. But grab the lower part of it and delete that. Give me it. Ungroup it. Give me just that part. Delete that. Oh, why is it doing it? You've been doing other ones? Yeah. I did some other ones on there. Like part of this whole thing for this exact company. I did some stuff for them already. Okay, I see what it is. It's on this fill mode. So it's on this fill mode. So if you see what it is, basically all I'm doing now at this point, I just cut off, because remember, like I want these to be lines like this that I can actually manipulate. So these are actually like stroke lines. They built it as shapes. They built it as lines like this, but then they expanded it into actual shapes that are more like this. They built it into shapes like this. So it's already expanded, but I can't do that same trim path thing with this. So with this, I can do this trim path thing where it draws the whole line on. So I kind of explained that earlier, but for the people that missed it, yeah, definitely learn. That'll set you apart from like video editors. If you know After Effects 2, that's the game changer right there. Like people don't want to see you in life. When you know how to edit video and you handy in After Effects, bruh, it's a whole other ball game. Because most people ain't built for how tedious it is. All right, so let me think about some things here. Well, it'll sort itself out, but so basically all I'm doing now, since I tore it apart, I can just kind of shift this, because I want this to basically be in the center of this, right? Like the way the alignment is. Kind of tricky because I can't get it perfect, but I'll start in the center and see if I can. There it is, right there. So then I expand the stroke of it. So it's gonna be 2.3, I think. And it basically, not tedious if you love it. I love doing this, but I already have my eyes set on some other things. Like basically, I'm more interested in just teaching this stuff. And I got some interesting ways I want to like build a career doing that. Like, and I'm talking like video work, all this stuff. But this is for a client project, and I'm backed up with hella client projects. But I want to get to my own projects, like on a health and fitness tip and on teaching people how to build this type of content. So that's the new trajectory. So I'm kind of anxious. Like I want to come out and play. I want to start my new life, my new phase in life. But people keep hitting me saying I need you to do this thing, and I'm like, no, but then I don't want to turn down some good money. You see my predicament. I want to freelance edit overseas, but if you're not doing motion graphics, you're not really valuable. No, I mean, you could edit from anywhere. If you know how to edit and you could edit like that person wants you to edit, then somebody could send you files and you edit from anywhere in the world. Like I was working on a chunky motion graphic project when I was in Mexico in July. So you see what I did? I just slid. I just need this all to be in the middle, right? And I need this to mimic that other line that's already there. So it basically just hides what was already there. I kind of did that in a janky way. Let me see. like if I do it by hand, it's a little hard to see everything I'm doing. Actually, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna focus on this part because it's like symmetrical. So I want to get all of this. It's already pretty much slid up. Should have just focused on this, but I might just go ahead and leave it like that there. So it's dope though, because what I just did is, because I'm already identifying the geometry of this line right here is the same as this one. Oh no, it's not. It's damn near the same. Damn it. Let me just deal with this now. Let me deal with this now. Damn. If I hide it. But here's the thing, since I did this line, it'll be way easier to mimic that situation, right? So copy, paste in front. So I literally just pasted that in the front. And I'm going to take it, transform, reflect, but I'm going to make it reflect horizontal. So it just inverted that whole thing. I can slide that right down and it snaps right in place. And then I just grab that and that. So I'm just grabbing those anchor points. Then I could slide all of those up. I missed something. Let me run that back. I just need that one, that one, that one, and that one. And I should be able to, slide all those up in one swoop. Bam, did it. So I slide, so you see there's still some little things going on here. But it won't be too hard to fix. So I basically just do this. So it looks like it's looking like I'm noticing there's imperfections in their setup. So that gives me some liberty to redesign on the fly. So I don't have to be super perfect when I see that they made some mistakes. Cool. So yeah, I was able to just nudge a few things. So this is beautiful. So this just sped up this whole thing right here. So let me click on this. Where is it? Path. Top bent line. Okay. Bottom bent line. Oh, I didn't even change it. That's whack. But either way, Overlord. Send those. To do both at the same time, because that's not what we wanted. Undo that. All right, that, save that. That's still good. Still good over here. Yes. Just make sure I didn't mess anything up. Send it. And send it. All right. Top bent line. Bottom bent line. So we got lines, and with the whole guide set up and just making sure, checking my work, Overlord is placing everything in place as it should be. And everything is looking pretty righteous. Right? I think we're good. Things are going to animate on. We're good. And we're looking good. I'm liking this. Dude's about to love it. College gonna love it. They gonna want him back. He got to come back to me. That's how it works. And that's how it's been for years. It's one of my clients I've been literally rocking with for years, watching him build out his firm, watching his kids grow up. He had his daughter actually come help on this project, help with the production on this. Super dope to see the evolution and progress with this kind of stuff. I'm liking the gradient. Bring the little star back and see what we looking like. We looking good. That's cool. So based on this whole top line situation, I was able to just grab this whole trim path setup. And I think I can take this same trim path setup and drop it right in here. I think if I just put it right here and paste it in and paste that in, yeah, it disappears. So it automatically comes from the center. See how it draws on? So it's worth it to like redraw that. It goes hella fast, but we'll deal with that. Oh, yeah. So now I'm seeing it more because this is a college, right? I want all of this to go slower. So the frame. Yeah. Nice and easy. I'm seeing it now. The triangle is doing the most though. So let's see. The triangle's flying in there. It's doing a lot. Yeah, feel me? Everything just eases on in. I still got to deal with this Foothill College thing. Jeez. So all this stuff right here, there's so much going on. So I got to decide the timing of it. But these take a second, maybe a second and a half. Whoa. But I just got to decide where I want these to actually start at. So that's kind of the thing. And this whole commencement thing, when do I actually want these to start? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm feeling like maybe I want these to start a little later. You see? It is all about the timing. Because part of it too is even with these, I could even have these kind of reveal more at the end, right? Because they have the little circles at the end of them, like as ornamentation. See, that could be kind of like the finisher of it. He says send the baby triangle first, maybe. Nah, because I see what you're saying, but it kind of needs to have that larger frame there first, because there won't be any context. Because right now we're seeing it because I have the ref layer, but watch, if I hide the ref layer, you'll see that it'll be kind of lost. Like, damn near I'm like, whoa, what happened if I made the frame? Could I actually put the trim path on the frame? Oh, what was that?
I hated it, but my bubby loves it. You know
Then it
what I mean?
grows on you.
Oh, because it's a trim path on the frame, but the frame isn't actually a. I've never even done that before. That looks kind of dope. Wait a minute, that's an accident. Wait a minute. I didn't even intend to do that. That's kind of crazy. It's like I can't do that, but I like kind of how that plays out. It looks almost like a glimmer, like a sheen to it, like a bling. But yeah, I forgot that the frame isn't. Y'all see how? And I'm definitely not about to rebuild that as solid lines. That would be kind of dope, but it would take way too much to engineer that. I'm not doing it. But I got to get rid of that. But remember, though, there's still more in here. Like, I'm not going to keep this going and make this too long. Yeah, accidents often work out. But I mean, you see kind of what's happening once the reference layer is taken away. It kind of gives you more context of what's going to happen, but it also cheats you and shows you what's already there. So you don't get like the exact look of what it's going to, of how it's animated, because you already kind of see it. But I still got to put this foothill thing. I got to deal with this logo. And I've actually animated this before for this college before, but I need that to happen within the context of this. I'm going to do it on another stream, though. I'm going to do a part 2 of this. Probably tomorrow. Finish this off. And it won't take as long. Maybe like another hour on this because most of the work is done. I still basically just got to do this part, this part, this part. Definitely can't do it in 4 minutes, but so now at this point I can pretty much hide this. I'll circle back and do the little circles at the end. I'll just put those up there for now, just because I know I got to come back and do some more homework. Yes, and I'll take that whole thing and put that up there because there's a little more work I got to do there, that whole little group. And I'll just leave that. So here's kind of what I was thinking, though, because this is all grouped. It would be dope if I could take, I almost wanted, like, damn, why did they do this? Oh, okay, I see what they did. If I could take, let me ungroup it first. First of all, I'll send this over because that's going to be there. That's fine. But I want to basically make these lines draw on. It would be kind of dope. If I can make those draw on, like from the center, it would be kind of dope. So I'll make that like fly-in similar to the triangle. Bottom triangle, bottom triangle, bottom triangle. Yeah, I'm trying to make that animate on. I just got to do this part, do this little date part. Wish I had that as actual text. I got to think about how I want to set this up, but I think I kind of get it already. Oh, okay. If I add like that shape in the center is its own sort of triangular sort of thing. I guess that's a hexagon. Yeah, these are hexagons. 6-sided. So it's a hexagon inside of a hexagon, and then those lines. So basically, like make that expand out, and then make that expand behind it, make those lines draw and touch, and make that happen just as they're arriving there. And then I can make the date reveal up from behind a mask. This right here, I got to make these layers fly on. I'm gonna make it to where the acorn kind of flies onto the screen. And then it's gonna, and I've done this logo before, but it's gonna swipe across and reveal Foothill College from behind it. And that's gonna happen right here in the middle. And then I'm gonna slide that up, and then everything else is gonna trigger. So I'm gonna have to do a little working backwards, but a lot of it's already done. So yeah, maybe like another hour on this, but that'll be tomorrow. So I'm gonna shut this one down. AM1 creates artboards and timelines. I'm gonna leave it at that for now. Now let's go back to this. I was working on this when I first started YouTube thumbnail temp. Artboards and timelines. So you'll see this episode 3 episode. This will be like the one for this will be episode 3.5, something like that. If I could even change this to where it's like 3.0. Hold on, let me see. Something like that. 3.0. 3.0. I gotta change that. I'm gonna make it to where I can just put this in Well, I could change this easier and whatchamacallit. I'm sleepy. I'm sleeping in tomorrow. I'm actually gonna not go to the gym. I've been like killing at the gym too much. I need a rest day. That's what the deal is. So 3.0 export. Cool. All right, we'll deal with that later. But yeah, Mayhem creates Artboards of timelines. Be free to create to be free. Definitely more coming. Definitely make sure you're sub to the other channel, AM1 Creates. This is broadcasting on my general AM1 channel, but this I want to be much more focused on the visual media production content over at AM1 Creates. That is my like actual day job doing this kind of work. And it's a pretty good career path. I made a pretty cool career for myself doing this stuff, like 90%, 95% self-taught. And you can do it too. You can do it too. Work from home, work from anywhere in the world. I'm going to show y'all more of the game on how to do it. Entrepreneurs looking to push their issue, push their brand. I got a whole like course setup coming that'll show you how to set this stuff up, demystify all of it so you can really create more freedom for yourself and get your products and services out there and broadcast it. Get in the mix with the whole content warfare because everybody's pushing something, pushing their issue, and you know, gotta deal with this rapidly changing economy, the economic landscape. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do it, how at least my strategies on how to build out this kind of content and how I created a career for myself doing this visual media work and consulting. Help you consult, get your products out, get more freedom. That's what it is. Be free to create to be free. And where we at? All right. I'm gonna leave it at that. Stop sharing. And yeah, I guess that's it. I gotta turn off this other music. I wish there was like a more seamless way to set all this up, or maybe I'm just whack with it. But I'm gonna leave it at that, y'all. Super duper appreciate y'all. What time is it? What time is it here? 9:30, basically 9:28. Not too bad. Time to go to sleep. Appreciate y'all. Peace, y'all.